Ladies and gentlemen, it is time to reunite for Love is Blind season 9, the reunion. Okay, first of all, kind of boring, right? Let me know your initial thoughts, how you feel like overall the tone of things were. I mean, honestly, it was kind of a weird season, so it was bound to be a little bit of a weird reunion, for real. Like, I'm a little bit disappointed, but I'm not entertained. Like, I'm entertained. Either way, Love is Blind I think is so fascinating because every season they show us like different things to talk about, different people to dissect and analyze and whatever the heck that we always do. And I mean, it left me with things to talk about, and I'm excited to talk about it with you guys. Okay, welcome to my channel. This is where I talk about anything casual or monumental in relation to pop culture. Today, it's going to be a TV show. In these next like few weeks, the one thing I really have planned is talking about the Grammy nominations and making predictions for who potentially is going to win. Because, like I said, I talk about pop culture stuff. I've been reacting to different albums. I think I've reacted to like 6 this year. So I'm going to look at the Grammy nominations, make predictions, also listen to additional Grammy stuff. Anyway, we're not here to talk about music. We're here to get into the reunion. So we start off this reunion. Oh, sorry, I almost forgot my whole entire thing. I talked the standout moments. If something stood out to me that did not stand out to you, or something stood out to you that did not stand out to me, I don't know if that made sense. Please comment it down below. Oh my god. Thank you to the regular people who comment. You guys are like you guys are like family, like for real. And thank you to the people who just like these, the people who are like a silent watcher. I'm always a silent watcher, so I appreciate and see you. Anyway, let's for real get into it for real. So they start off with the episode kind of having like live music. At first I was like, what the, who cares? But I mean, it was kind of cool. It was kind of cool to see everybody walking down to the music being like, Megan, and we have, what's his name, Miles, whoever the heck, playing them in. Like, it was like not that awkward to kind of just be relying on like the audience to provide the sound, um so I feel like it was kind of like humanizing just to see them walking in as humans. Like, there's like that awkwardness of like them like noticing that they're being perceived. I thought, and everybody looked good, but damn, I have a best dressed. Take a guess as to who it is. I think Madison looked the best. I think Madison looked stunning. She looked stunning to me. I was like, I out loud said, "Damn." Anyway, so then we have Megan and Jordan. They catch up with Megan and Jordan like right away. And they do the whole small talk thing. But then we go straight into, so Jordan, why do you think that Megan ended things? And so I would have liked to hear from Jordan's words, but Jordan is such a gentleman at the beginning. Towards the end, he's, but at the beginning, Jordan's like, I why don't we ask her? She's right here. And honestly, I'm not gonna recount everything she said. It was honestly even a little confusing to me because she was like, I like potential, stealing like a little KB line. I had fun. I was maybe gonna see the potential. I don't know. We just kind of didn't work out. Like, I just was like, what? Okay. There's so many moments in the reunion where like specific questions are asked. Like, questions are being asked that require clarity. And where's the clarity? Where's the clarity? It's not there. It's not there. It's anyway, so Jordan mentions that, oh, they ask about him saying that he would take back introducing Luca to her. And so he clarifies and says that it's not because of her character, it's just because of his developmental, where he is developmentally, and he needs stability. God. He seems like such a good dad. Oh my goodness, because he like cares. And he was like, no, she would be a great mom. And then we are revealed that Megan has a child. Oh my god! I genuinely, there was a decent amount of talk about how Megan actually did have a baby for real. I really was like, that's just talk. Like, she's probably just seeing some guy with a kid, like a baby. She actually did. That's crazy. That's really crazy. I did not see that coming. Did you see that coming? I think I got a comment about it in one of my other videos. Don't do that shit. Don't do that. Do not put why do people think putting spoilers in the comments is cool? Like, unless you are I never request comments or spoilers on my comments. Don't do so yeah, so she had a child. That's crazy that she was able to hide it. Okay, Kylie Jenner. Remember when Kylie Jenner, everybody was like, where has she been? I can't imagine being kind of a regular person who filmed a reality TV show and then all of a sudden you have to be strategic about your moves, but nobody knows why you're being secretive. Very, very interesting. She has a little child named Brooks. What a little rich boy name. Yeah, baby Brooks. And she has a rich looking partner named Paul. Old, probably boring, kind of. So mean. But like she's living the dream probably that she is like supposed to be. Like honestly. They got pregnant 3 months into dating. Ay ay ay! Ay ay ay! But I mean, honestly, if you're willing to go on Love Is Blind and to get married within a couple of weeks, like it's not really that like, oh God, how? What the heck? It's probably like, okay, maybe she's not totally averse to like a quick timeline, right? So interesting. And so then they check in with Jordan. Honestly, these moments kind of feel weird. It's like, okay, sure, we just found out that she had a baby, and then everyone's looking at Jordan, and Jordan's like, I thought that he was gonna cry. I really did. Jordan mentioned that he already knew because some disgusting person told him over Instagram. Who is that? And so then he reached out to Megan. Can you imagine that conversation? How do you even start that text? Hey, heard you were pregnant. What the heck? Whoa, interesting. A disgusting person. I was like, did I hear that correctly? So, and then also apparently everybody be reaching out to Jordan because Mike reached out to Jordan, letting him know that he went on a couple dates with Megan after the show. I feel like, was that just to like rub it in his face? Because like, why would he even care about that? I don't know. Maybe it's let me know. Do you see it as a courtesy thing that Mike reached out, or is it kind of like, who cares? Like after they say no, it doesn't even matter. Let me know. Casey apparently. Casey was the only one who knew about the pregnancy. Of all the people Megan's friends with, like that really, Megan to me seems like a just normal person who seems to be emotionally mature enough to be able to speak on her feelings authentically, that you would think that she might be around other people that are like that. Maybe a little bit shallow and superficial and also kind of rich like her. But Casey, okay. Casey. So then we go into the whole Casey, Katie, Patrick thing. Sorry, not Casey, Katie, Patrick thing. Casey, Katie, Patrick come on stage. And Patrick be looking good. Patrick be looking good. I hope that man gets somebody who's obsessed with him. There will be some random girl who like was in like a fraternity, was in like a sorority that would love him. I personally, I think his like way of speaking to me is just too broy, but there will be somebody out there that'll love it. Like Casey and him, the way that they speak, match made in heaven. But he is to find somebody who like really loves him, and I feel like he'd be looking good these days. So they're asking him how he felt about seeing the breakup and what she had mentioned in the hotel. He's kind of, like taking the high road, I guess, being like, it's fine, it was cool. I mean, it was a shock seeing it back now, but I mean, it's cool. And then Casey's like, no, but it's not cool, Patrick, it's not. And he's like, yeah. God, Casey, I feel bad because I really feel like a lot of people are really like coming at her, but at the same time, she's just like really kind of, I feel like generally kind of unlikable, but she's catching a lot of like flack. All the strays she got later on are crazy. Anyway, so basically she's like, it really wasn't cool. And then they get into the whole entire ring situation. Honestly, I feel like, okay, why would Casey want to keep the ring? But then also, why would Patrick want to keep it? What is Patrick gonna do with the ring? Is he gonna propose to somebody else with it? that, gonna be honest, if that was me, I would just sell it. I would have just sold it because it's like, what is this gonna do for me? What the heck? What the heck? So I really feel like, honestly, Netflix should request the rings back and then maybe they do something with it. Like maybe they just reuse it. No, they would never do that. Maybe they just donate it to somebody who really wants it. They could definitely do a thing where a fan gets a ring, or they could donate it and like give money to charity, or I don't know. They could do something useful. It's like these two people are not going to actually do anything with it, right? Let me know how you feel about that situation. What the heck would you do if you were proposed to somebody and they had told you, I'm not sorry, I can't see this going? Would you give the ring back or would you want to keep it? Honestly, I don't know. Would I keep it? I would. I would want Netflix to have it. I wouldn't be like, okay, I'm gonna give it back to you because it's like that doesn't mean anything to you now. It doesn't mean anything to me. I don't know. Okay, so so Patrick. Sorry, I have my notes saying that Patrick isn't gonna propose to anybody with it. Casey said, okay, they kind of rehashed the whole breakup details, and what was essentially, oh, for a minute, God scared, my mic wasn't on. Oh my God, I was about to freak out. So Casey, so basically they break up. Patrick thinks that they're still gonna get together, and for like a couple days, Casey's like reaching out, being like, "Hey, are you okay? Like, I just want to make sure that you're fine." And Patrick's like, "Yeah, sure, but I want to see you, basically." And Casey's like, I'm sorry, I just need more days." It seems like she just kept pushing it off because she didn't want to be the bad guy to like officially break it off. I think also because he was having a hard time really just getting the hint that she didn't want to be with him, right? But it's the fact that like she was like, I was in such a bad place. Like what I want to say, you just don't want to hear. So she just like prolonged the conversation, which was, she should have handled that better. Should she not have? I don't know. I just kind of feel like it's like you just don't want to be the bad guy, but then all of like then you kind of all do become the bad guy. Um, it's just so, and she's and so Patrick's like, listen, Casey, I'm gonna say this for you and your sake. People are hating on you online. This is your one opportunity. Like, just apologize. Just apologize. But the way that he even framed it was odd, kind of like telling her how to take the high road. Like, I see where he's coming from, and I somewhat even agree with that idea of just like, hey, just come on. Like, just apologize. What you did was kind of shitty. Like, it was not that great to me. But it is like uncomfortable like on all ends. Even though I don't like Casey, I kind of feel like it's weird for him to be like, hey Casey, just say sorry. But then also Casey like just does not straight up answer things in a clear way. Like I feel like everything that does not make her feel like she's done dirty, everything that makes her feel like she's able to deflect, she'll like deflect, you know? And that's why I feel like it's a little bit uncomfortable to watch, because it's like, God, girl, can you just like, can any of these people just like for real speak with clarity about the things that were happening that like are weird? So she's like, Patrick is saying, I'm doing this for you, and then she's like, uh okay, but then why would you make a TikTok talking about how I'm the side chick, why were you deleting TikToks and why were you doing these things that make me, it's like you just want a reason to fuck. I almost said the F word. I'm not editing this. Sorry. I'm 26 years old. I almost said the F word. So why the heck are you like, no, you're making like TikToks about me too? He deleted it though. He felt bad. He deleted it. I feel like we clearly see where he's coming from. And I kind of feel like it's just like a loop of just like, listen, you don't get to make me feel bad about me. I'm gonna make you feel bad about the fact that I feel bad. It just like, I just don't like seeing them talk. It makes me so uncomfortable. I just feel like a conversation with them is like not necessarily nails on a chalkboard, but something adjacent. Okay, listening to them talk makes me feel like I need to be compensated for my time. I oh, I just feel so awkward. She brought the ring and she's like, you know what, Patrick, I have the ring here if you want it, and then she gives it back. And then they do this whole entire thing that honestly made me feel like I'd rather swallow Jordan's chicken smoothie than sit through it. This whole thing about well, I don't think we should have the ring on it. And then they play for it, I guess. They play for it. And that was honestly a creative move on the producer's part to be like, they were playing basketball in the pods one time. Let's just make them play basketball for real. Let's bring like a basketball player. But it felt like, this is the reunion. I want to get to the tea. I don't give a damn about Chris Paul or whoever the heck he is. I don't. What? I don't care. But it was a fun challenge. Like overall, it was creative and it was a little entertaining to see like, oh, who's gonna get the ring? And I thought that they were just joking, and then he actually did it and handed the ring. I guess they literally didn't make it to Mexico. I don't know why we're so focused on them. I guess maybe because it was one of the more impactful people, and one of the more impactful topics of the show in the beginning was seeing their interaction. I will say also, they really didn't get into, you know, so Patrick, how do you feel about this as somebody who's dating? You talked about how this impacted your identity and your insecurity as dating as an Asian man. Like, how do you feel like a year has impacted, this experience has impacted your uh, insecurity going forward? It's like, I want to know those things. Like the things that we're talking about in the pods, I want to talk about them outside as well. They ask Casey if she's dated anybody else, and I'm like, Mike? Anton? It's Joe? Joe? So apparently Joe and her dated for like a month. It's weird, but honestly, even before, okay, so we kind of tie into the whole Madison, Joe, and Casey love triangle. Vanessa makes a joke and she's like, Edmund, you dirty dog, like when they're all suspecting like who was it gonna be, knowing she don't like ethnics. She made that joke because she knows that she wouldn't go for Edmund. Like I feel like that was kind of subtly what was being communicated, like, oh, Edmund, you dirty dog. Literally, like that was a little too much for me. Like, so it's just really weird to focus on like who's dating who in the cast. I will say it brought up like a little bit of tea because Madison kind of called it out. Also, when Jordan is like reacting and kind of giggling at everything, I'm like, Jordan, can you grow up? Like some in the beginning, it was kind of like, ha ha, like that would have been me if I was on the reunion stage, like just giggling in the corner, like not being able to take anything serious. But at a certain point, it was like, okay, we get it. You have ADHD. You can't like take a moment serious, but grow up. Like I'm trying to get the tea. But he's over there just like playing with him and Joe just need to like date. Easy couple name. Joe. Their name is too similar. Their names are too similar that I can't even make a couple name. Jordan. Anyway, these are the moments where I wish I could really edit these things because I really would have taken that out. So, to sum up the whole love triangle thing, Madison feels as though Casey had a role in ending her engagement. And we as the audience are like, come on, Maddie, no. Seriously, girl, my God. Like it was never gonna work regardless of if Casey was present or not. Like that was not the straw that broke your engagement back, So Madison feels like Casey had a role in ending the engagement because the night before, apparently Casey was making googly eyes at Joe. Honestly, if it's even true, tiny. Then after their engagement ends, I don't know how long it was, but Joe and Casey start dating for a month. Joe is apparently now with a woman named Avery. The way that why does Joe have pull at all? Why does Joe have pull at all? You literally don't even have to, like, men are like, you have to be so many things just to get women to see you and date you. No, you don't, bro. Like, Joe can like easily like be with 3 different women and people will want to date him. And he's like that. So literally like So now he's with a woman named Avery. Madison's kind of just stirring the pot, being like, well, these timelines are kind of murky. And then also, why did that makeout thing happen, by the way? And he's like, I don't know. Joe starts a word vomiting, and he's like, I mean, the beginning of the relationship for me and Avery has been really tricky. It's been really hard. It's messy. It's been on and off. We've been on and off. And it's like, Joe, damn, relax. Nobody's asking you to spill the tea of your relationship, but thanks also for the entertainment. Relax. Your girlfriend is going to be so mad. I would be so mad if I was Joe's girlfriend at home. So I think ultimately we ultimately see Madison is just still hurt. She's still hurt, and she's doesn't feel clarity, which is kind of like, girl, the clarity is that he just really was not that into you, and there's no specific reason as to why your relationship ended. It just was it was a one-sided relationship, really. She says it was horrible, the comments that he made on her body. I don't feel like it was horrible. I feel like it was just incredibly awkward the way that he delivered it. Like, he did not say it in a way that was like easy to hear, but like him kind of saying like, well, I normally go for like thinner. It's like, I mean, you can say that in a much better way, but he wasn't like being, I don't think, like really disrespectful or intentionally harmful. I just think it could have been said much better, and it was just really awkward. So I think she's just like extra mad because things didn't work out, and she's really looking for like a specific reason, and it's like, it's just like it's just not there. Sarah, we pull Nick into a conversation, but honestly, it was just not the information I was looking for. Okay, so Nick is pulled into conversation talking to Katie. Dude, I have not been making notes about how much Katie is talked, but Katie has been pulled into like a lot of conversations, like the ring conversation, talking about how, oh, Patrick was just so happy, and he should have got the ring. And then Allie's like, but this whole ring thing is like, and then like she's sitting there like she was like a reoccurring cast member. She's what? I don't know. So Katie's just like talking a lot. I'm like, what the heck is going on? Is she like trying to be promoted to be on like Perfect Match and stuff? Is that what's happening? Okay, Katie, because their relationship needs to be focused on for some damn reason. Katie says Nick felt rehearsed, and it felt as though he got like the things he was saying to everyone on ChatGPT. And honestly, there's just so much like rehashing of the things that I just don't care about. I'm so sorry if you did care about the Nick and Katie thing and you want me to speak on the relationship. I really doubt that anybody wants me to do that. But like, I just don't care about the relationships that did not make it out of the pods at the reunion. When it's the reunion, I want to get into the nitty gritty of the real couples and their issues. Like, I want to get into that. I also want to get into the fact that everyone was speculating online that he was potentially gay. Not to say that I need him to clarify that for me, but like, let's talk about the things that were relevant online that people were pointing out, especially because he had a homophobic take. Like, I want him to denounce the homophobia. He did on his Instagram, but like on the show, you know. Anyway, so much rehashing, whatever, dude. They bring up the comment that Joe made about Nick, and of course it's like nothing. Apparently Nick reached out and was like, hey, you have a lot to focus on yourself. It's just like, dude. And so we go on to talk more about Katie. Katie apparently dated Brendan after the pods, but it wasn't like a for real thing. We just can't stop talking about Katie. I just can't see. I need to stop because it's like, if I hate talking about it so much, let me just stop. So, she brings up that things ended with her and Brendan was all over Casey. Casey just catching all the strays and denying everything. Casey's like, that never happened. Patrick was there. Patrick's like, I don't even know. I don't even know what we're talking about. Like, don't bring me into this. I haven't been here for months. Me mentally, I haven't been here for months. Like, like, it's also weird because she's like, Patrick was there, and Patrick's fully just denying like even having a presence there at all. And then that Casey like apparently was not talking to Brendan at all. I don't care. I don't believe Casey. I feel like Casey kind of just wants to be viewed as like, boohoo, poor me all the time. This is my opinion. So we have Anton and Ally. The bathroom conversation gets brought up. Anton says that he's only met the girlfriend who was talking shit about him 2 times, and that she was looking for her 15 minutes of fame. That's believable, but it's also it's kind of like, okay, but like, did you like, are you a pioneer? Like, also the whole alcoholism. I mentioned about Anton's the alcoholism thing. Like, it's not up to anybody in the audience to like label this person anything, but I feel like it was a prevalent conversation. He doesn't owe us that. He did address it, I think, on his like TikTok or something. But it was like a conversation on social media. So I don't know. I don't know how they would have brought it up, but they could have brought up something. So Ally brings up the fact that like the strip club is not so much a problem as it is the fact that they bonded over religion, they bonded over things that were deeper in the pods, and then in real life things flipped and they didn't feel that deep anymore. They couldn't have deep conversations. And he disagrees. I personally am like, Ally, I remember covering, and he specifically brought up how he does not like to bring up his emotions to talk about things. He likes to get through them. Like he was kind of talking about the fact that he was repressed. And so I kind of view that as like, okay, red flag. Like, but I feel like I don't know. Somebody on Love is Blind France said that love isn't blind, but love blinds you. And that is a bar. Cause like, yeah, I really feel like you could have seen that coming if you really dug into the fact that this man already told you he does not like to speak on his emotions or things that are difficult. He already said that. So anyway, is so they kind of just disagree on these things. And Ally says on camera he was a big personality. Ally, what's big to you? A big personality? This man did not say more than probably a paragraph, like throughout the whole entire show. I feel like there was so much I just do not know about him. Maybe the like moments where he was a big personality got cut off, but what do you mean he was a big personality on camera? He must have been a minuscule. He must have been tiny off camera. But Anton mentions that he is tired. You know, he is a trucker. One thing about being a trucker is they work long hours. Can you imagine just like that's the thing? Oh, and she just wanted something different. And I kind of feel like this was just like a lack of compatibility. And honestly, she really wasn't looking for the real in the pods because I feel like you could see it. Anyway, like we didn't even get to know him for real, so we can't even like rebuttal if that's like for real or not. Anton has been in a relationship for a year. Congratulations to Anton. I wonder how his girlfriend feels about his drinking habits. That's really interesting to me, but that he doesn't owe us anything. Okay, so we got KB and Edmund. KB brings up the fact that she so she pulls something out. That was honestly like a good to be like, listen, I'm not gonna miss my points. She brings up that she fell in love with him in the pods. Just kind of a reminder that there was like camaraderie there was love between them, but then also to say that she felt manipulated because um he was crying a lot. Well, it was mainly she felt dismissed by him a decent amount, and then like on camera things would be different. I feel like KB and Edmund as a whole, I really feel like I see where she's coming from because it's all of these people. Even this conversation of KB and Edmund, it's like people are seeing him as like he's just a boy. He doesn't know. He's in like they're just infantilizing him. I mean, like she's so angry with him. She doesn't like him. And KB Edmund needs to be somebody who likes her. But it's also like that's just that I said this in my last recap. Kedmond, their couple name Kedmond. Edmund is also an adult with adult communication. I think that the communication needs to be worked on. But even the fact that she brings up, I felt dismissed because of this. I felt like you were crying a lot. I felt like blah blah blah. And he's like, I'm sorry, but like, no, you never said nice things about me. Even that is like, okay, I'm bringing up all of these things and you're not really responding to them. You're kind of responding to the fact that I don't do this one thing that you're looking for, but I'm bringing up this thing that I'm lacking. But I also do understand KB did feel like she came across as an angry, okay, can I finish this? An angry black woman. That one is difficult to me because I kind of feel like, okay, I see where she's coming from. Like, please don't make me look like this. Like, please don't let me get angry. But at the same time, like, you can only control what you can control. That's like what they tell us in a program that I'm in. Not like a program that's like in support of like people who have something. Um, so I understand like her anger might have been like embarrassing or something that she feels remorse over, because people are critiquing it. But like, I don't know, like in those moments where she called him a bitch, it's kind of like you called him a bitch, you know. But at the same time, Edmund did make it a little bit hard because he's like baby boy. You know, he was the baby boy the whole entire season. Yeesh. Just, but I mean, you can see ultimately they do have love for each other. I feel like the bringing up of the manipulation thing, I think that Edmund cannot even really be like a master manipulator. I think he has manipulative tendencies because he doesn't know how to address, like, and Vanessa said this herself. She's like, I think this is kind of like a defense mechanism for you. But I think it's the fact that like he doesn't know how to properly address like criticism brought up to him, um and recognize the fact that it like hurts people and that he's not like addressing certain things. And then he's like, listen, I feel bad, please don't make me feel bad, please make me feel better and say something nice about me. You know what I mean? Good riddance. I'm just happy that they're over. Wow, I'm just happy that they're over. I'm happy that it's done. And we get an end scene of Anton and his slides. And like from Ally framing it, it kind of does feel like, oh, this is like a little bit more embarrassing than I initially took it as. It's crazy. Ah, my goodness. Goodbye and good riddance. Like I mentioned, I'll be covering the Grammys. I forgot to ask if you could give this video a like. If you could, at this point, give this video a like, comment something down below about how you felt about the season. Let me know if you're going to be watching Married at First Sight. I will be watching Married at First Sight, but I'll only be covering it in my like community tab. I'll be making posts about it because I don't think that like a lot of my audience is not watching it. So I'll just be making little posts. Let me know how you feel about it. Wherever you are, whoever you are, whatever you're doing, whatever time of day it is, I hope you have an amazing morning, afternoon, or